and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the property standards in the Renters' Rights Bill. So there's two main elements that are changing when the Renters' Rights Bill comes in. The first one is the Decent Home Standards, and the second one is Awaab's Law. So really what these two mean are that the current standards under the health and safety rating system, there's going to be this additional piece of legislation, Decent Home Standards, which currently is used in the social rented sector. So it's going to be amended a little bit, and we don't quite know how yet because we're waiting for the regulations on that, to adhere to the private rental sector. So we're not going to get too worried about some of the elements of the Decent Home Standards now, but what we will do as agents, and I will on behalf of all of the franchisees within our brands, I will make sure that there are checklists and standards that they can get the property ready for you. So that you won't have to worry about trying to hit and attain standards in a fixed time frame and worry about those implementation orders that you might get that put you and your property at risk of fines or even worse, rent repayment orders. So we will be well ahead of the game of making sure that we digest the new Decent Homes regulations, and we'll have a inspections regime that makes sure that your property is fit and ready for the Decent Home Standard when it comes. The good news is that it's not going to be coming out in the very first wave at the moment, because they need to give us the Decent Home regulations, which is going to be a secondary piece of legislation around this. So we've got a little bit of time to make sure we get those properties ready for you. And the Awaab's Law is really a level of standard that is here now, in that you must keep your properties free from damp. But they have some very specific timeframes, and that's the little bit that makes people a bit nervous around Awaab's Law. They've got very specific timeframes that you must act within if an issue arises. So the name of the game for us as agents is to do good inspections and make sure that we see anything coming if it's visible early on, before it becomes a big problem. And secondly, that we make sure that we've done all the preventative measures that again protects you from any issues around late resolve of issues, putting tenants at risk. So our agents will be very well trained in Awaab's Law and making sure that we know how to act on your behalf to keep you safe.